On the weekly chart, we have old, new week opening gaps, and we also have a fair value gap here on the weekly chart. So I'm curious to see what we do here. Let's see. I'm buying this order block here. Let's see. I want to see if we can get above the swing high. Again, I'll treat that as a breaker. I would want to see that offer support, and I'm targeting the buy side above this high here. Ideally, I want to see us get back above the midnight open, but this is already, that's already 200 handles. It's a pretty volatile day. See, as far as my stop loss is below the order block, but more specifically below this inversion fair value gap. We'll change this to orange. Part of me just, let me see. 50 handles is a lot. That's a lot. Alright, I'm going to draw out this breaker. So I'm going to take this over. This last up close candle here, this is what I'm focusing on. I'm going to reduce my risk just below the breaker now. So the low on this candle is 878.5. So, is that right? 878.5. Okay, let me just do this. This is throwing me off. Yeah, let me see. Taking off my risk, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm going for 100 handles. 100 handles is a lot. We're having a pretty volatile morning, so I'm definitely content with making 100 handles in a few minutes. So I'll be content with that. Stop loss is right about mean threshold of the breaker. We have a fair value gap here. I want to see this fair value gap and the higher the breaker support price. I really don't want to see us trade past midpoint of this lower one here. Treat that as like a breakaway gap. So I'm watching this fair value gap right here. It's kind of what we talked about in the webinar this past weekend. And I did a video for YouTube about it. So if you ever have a breakaway gap like this lower one, I want to see that stay open, but I want to see this higher one here, support price. So this has my focus right now. I'm watching to see how we trade here. I like where my stop's at. My stop's at break even, but it's also below this fair value gap, which is what I like. And just in case this wants to explode up there, I'm gonna get ready to close this on my personal account. Excuse me. Again, I don't want to see us trade into this lower fair value gap here. All the support should be right here, ideally. We have a small little consolidation, down, up, down, leaving the breaker, leaving the small short-term consolidation with the breakaway gap. Okay, straight from YouTube and the webinar we had this past weekend. I want to see this lower one stay open. This one here, that's what you want to use for your entry. I just got in at the bullish order block. Okay, I don't always enter with order blocks, but I just liked how it looked. So, and then I like the buy side here as a target and buy side up here, and I really want to see us get back above the midnight opening price. But this short fluctuation here is already 100 handles, and I would gladly take 100 handles if it gives it to me. So let's see, 29.25. I'm gonna trail my stop underneath this swing low. Okay, my logic is, since I don't want to see this lower fair value gap traded to, and since we already worked this higher one here and moved away from it, I'm looking at this down close candle as a bullish order block, and my thought process is there's no need to take out this swing low, because right underneath that swing low is the breakaway gap, which is something I don't want to see traded to. So my stop loss is underneath this down close candle, if that makes sense. I try to like explain what I'm doing, but I'm trying to manage my trades at the same time, so bear with me here. So this down close candle, we opened, traded down, traded up. That's what I like to see. It's also a immediate rebalance. So I like how I already locked in 25 handles. That's pretty good. That small little fluctuation is already 25 handles in movement. Not bad. 100 sounds a little better though. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Now I'm watching this wick. I want to see this entire wick setting price higher. Okay, wicks are gaps. So I'm seeing this wick here as kind of like a fair value gap. So I'm going to take this order block off real quick. So I'm kind of seeing it like this. So same logic with fair value gaps. I'm applying to the wick here. I want to see the lower half preferably stay open. If we trade down, stab beneath the lower half of the wick, that's fine because we have the bullish order block. But for bullish order flow, I want to see if we could stay in the upper half, and I want to see that take us higher. So this is my thought process when I'm reading order flow. Reading order flow, trying to measure strength, the willingness for the market to want to go higher. These are the things I look for. So I'm watching to see if we stay above consequent encroachment of the wick. Okay, trading through it. Ideally not what I want to see, but I'm watching that down close candle as well. This is when I really demand speed. I don't want to see this wick completely violated like that. Returning back to this fair value gap. This is when I want to see large, fast, up close candles. Because, again, don't want to see this swing low taken out. I like how that looks. want to see if we could stay strong here. It is after 10:30, which is what I like. Normally after 10:30, you get a little bit of volatility. Got stopped in profit. Profit is profit. Money is money. Looks like AMD in 15 minutes. AMD, like what? Like earnings or something? I don't really keep up with the NVIDIA and AMD and all that. I don't even know where to get that information. And there we go. That is the business. That was fun. I'm actually still in this trade on my personal account. Pretty much a no drawdown entry, or took like a little bit of heat. I didn't enter right at the opening price. I was waiting to see how he traded down inside the order block. I was watching to see if that was support price. Once we start to move away, bought it right there. Let's go. So that's it, man. One trade a week is all you need. Yesterday was like a break-even day. Took like 5 trades in the PM session. Nasdaq was being stubborn, trying to go lower. But one trade a week coming a little bit late, Thursday. But this is why we stay patient. If you don't find a setup Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, don't trip. One trade a week, and we just made 100 handles. So tomorrow, it's going to be paper trading. We're going to paper trade it. Obviously, I'm not going to risk more of my live funds. I'm cashing out. No PM session. No PM session. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. Hopefully, y'all do the same. And market review will be posted later tonight. And then remember, if you have webinar topic suggestions, okay, anything you want to go over in the webinar, anything you want us to touch on, message me or put it in the chat room, because I like to prepare for that stuff ahead of time. Go into TradingView, find some examples and all that. So anything you're struggling with, anything you want to learn more about, put it in the chat room so I could get started on that today and tomorrow. So we'll be ready to go on Saturday and get better. So love y'all, man. Great dubs today. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll see you guys in the market tomorrow morning at 9:30. All right. Peace.